In this video, I want to answer the question, what is anti-fragile? And how does the concept of anti-fragility apply to project management? The term anti-fragile was coined by Nassim Taleb in his book of the same name. Anti-fragile describes things that not only benefit from a chaotic environment, but actually need that chaos to survive and to flourish. Taleb thought that the existing words that we have in the English language that express the opposite of fragile are inadequate. Words like robust and secure didn't capture the idea that he had in mind. Taleb's own definition of anti-fragile is this: some things benefit from shocks. They thrive and grow when exposed to volatility, randomness, disorder, and stressors, and love adventure, risk, and uncertainty. Yet, in spite of the ubiquity of this phenomenon, there is no word for the exact opposite of fragile. Let us call it anti-fragile. Anti-fragility is beyond resilience or robustness. The resilient resists shocks and stays the same. The anti-fragile gets better. Taleb argues that we must strive to make our systems anti-fragile, rather than simply less vulnerable to chaos and shock and uncertainty. He offers a number of examples of how to do this, starting with one that's important to him as an economist: the need to avoid debt. In the project management context, I think this means a distinct caution about how we fund our projects. But it also means a very rigorous approach to benefits realisation, so that the costs of our project are redeemed as quickly and robustly as possible. However, the primary approach we take as project managers to render our projects anti-fragile is through rigorous monitoring and control. The more we pay attention to what is happening and what is on the horizon, then the quicker we can respond to challenges and threats. But equally important, perhaps more important for the concept of anti-fragility, also, the more quickly we can respond to opportunities. But shocks will happen on our projects. We need to respond by building in redundancy, setting up contingencies, and creating disaster recovery and crisis response plans. But the essence of anti-fragility is the ability of a system to get stronger the more it is challenged. Taleb uses the example of the Hydra from Greek mythology. When the heroes cut off one of its heads, 2 new heads grow in its place. Another anti-fragile approach in our domain arises from the creation of project portfolios. A wise approach to portfolio creation is not just to create a bunch of projects that will thrive in our expected conditions, but to create a range of projects so that some will thrive if conditions are exactly the opposite of what we're expecting and hoping for. That way, if things go wrong, whilst most of our projects may fail, we will still have some projects which are set up to succeed in these adverse circumstances. And with a bit of luck, our competitors may not have such projects. Indeed, we can see some of the elements of agile project management as being a response to shock and therefore an attempt to create anti-fragility in our project approach. Experimentation and small incremental steps are less prone to big failures. But if there is a sudden big shift, an agile project can respond quickly, and its sponsor may therefore gain an advantage over competitors. The alternative of a predictive paradigm with a fixed plan is a slower ability to respond and therefore a lower likelihood that you'll gain competitive advantage. Agile projects are anti-fragile in the face of changes in requirements. Predictive projects typically incur additional costs and may be delays when there are changes required. Agile projects, on the other hand, welcome those changes. It's part of the process. There's no additional cost and no delay. And, significantly, the outcome may be better than if no change had been introduced at all. So, if you hear the terms anti-fragile or anti-fragility, particularly in the context of agile project management, now you'll know what they mean. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it or learned from it. I'll be making more project management videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of them. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.